And we are going live. We are going live. Wednesday night. I wasn't supposed to be here, but I came on anyways, and I'm happy I did, not to miss the crew and the new arrivals. I had some things to do outside of town, and I had the chance to get back. I was afraid I wasn't going to be back, and I didn't. I had not prepared any space news, but I said that's not an excuse not to come on and say hello. But I did prepare space news. And it wasn't very long because there was a lot of news in the space news as I was looking up exactly what was going on. For those that don't know, I'll take a few minutes because in 15 seconds someone's going to pop up because I am a little bit early. My name is Bruce Wartz. I'm from Montreal, Quebec. I study in astronomy, also in ufology, and it just so happens I was very lucky to catch a lot of UFO sightings, both here with an infrared camera around my house and at the same time with the 14-inch telescope on the moon. And speaking of the moon, we have also some news about the moon, about them wanting to install, that's right, a radio telescope on the moon because they're so into the dark ages and want to go back into the dark ages to detect radio waves coming from the dark ages because they say the dark ages, there were no planets. And they admit afterwards that it's a part of space that they never had the chance to ever go and see. Well, what do they know then if they're talking about space? Is it really the final frontier? I think not, my dear Watson. Karen 18, Dominic Zion from Toronto. Yes, thank you very, very much for coming back. Toronto. Always appreciate seeing some Canadians here. It took us a while before the Canadians started showing up here. Jen, hello. Thank you very much. And those of you that were here the last stream and you saw people that started talking about Tucker Carlson all of a sudden, and I was wondering why. And then the next day, Tucker Carlson shows up on the news and they're trying to close down Fox News for him exposing the deep state. I won't say too much about that, but you guys can check it out online. He's supposed to have said more also this evening. Some people are really fussy about where the news comes from, which is a bit normal, but I can read between the lines and without necessarily thinking that Fox or everyone there is completely angels. I don't judge them, but when I hear one speak up, like at least Carlson Tucker did, there's a couple of people that were saying, "Oh, he's scrap. We're allowed our own opinions, and I respect yours too. Not everybody likes Fox. Listen, I totally respect that, but I thought it was funny the last stream when there was a lot of people talking about it. Oh, he's no good. He's no good. This. It's because they're exposing what's going on in the States, and I think it's a very good thing because for my American friends, hopefully, a lot is coming out about J6 and everything, so that's a good thing. Who else here? Jackie Goodson, thank you. Hi, thanks for stopping in, you guys. Scott, Marion, Pat, how's it going, brother? What's up, Scott? Satellites, also another satellite on a collision course with the space station. The news came out today, but it could be that it happened the 6th. Sometimes in space, they tell us news about certain events, and it's not always necessarily that exact same day. It's only a matter of time. The Space Force also. We can take a little quick look at that. When I say the news, don't worry, I won't make it boring. I go touch the most important points. There's 3 or 4 points that they talked about, which is interesting because the space news is actually evolving so quickly. It's always changing. And every day, I also go to the blackvault.com to look for leaked UFOs or videos or leaked documents. If those of you who don't know, Mr. Greenwald at theblackvault.com, do check him out. He's also on YouTube. He does podcasts. This guy is with the Freedom of Information Act. Most of you know it. Is able to declassify certain files and videos that have been classified for like a year and a half, 3 years sometimes. Thanks so much for coming in. Rose, thank you. Big hugs, Bruce. Thank you, Beverly. Beverly Braley, appreciate that. Sister, Mr. Peter Benton in the house. How's it going, brother? Hey, Bruce, and all that are here. Well, it's the Wednesday stream, snowing here, and it's settling. Oh, see, we're talking about you only getting dustings. Watch the big dusting. I'm not wishing it on to you. That's for sure. Because we got snow on the way here, apparently, because my neighbor told me she's up to date with the weather. And she says 30 centimeters on the way. So I'll have to double check that. It could be, Quebec's big enough. The bottom of Quebec's getting pummeled. Gaspésie, like Gaspé, they're getting 40 plus, 50 plus centimeters, but it's still not as bad as St. Bernardino. I went in California. If you haven't seen the video yet, you guys got to check it out. The quantity of snow that fell over there over the roofs. And I heard that the roof of the only grocery store in that area absolutely caved in. These are things that, the government, the United States, should be informing them right away. They should have sent helicopters, even if they can't land, at least to warn them and tell them, shovel your roofs, the flat roofs. So you got to be careful for falling snow. Nobody realizes it until the ice storm hit here in the 90s, and it was really bad. And people died by large pieces of ice that weighed 300-400 pounds that fell off the roof as it thaws out, and these roofs are full of snow. Like most of you know, what happens is that ice gets very dangerous, very heavy. Well, Peter, I wish you luck in the snowstorm. Hopefully you won't get too much snow. Carol West, how's it going? Good afternoon, Bruce. Hello, everyone, and thanks for coming in, everyone, and for checking out the videos. After all, I was able to get the moon. It wasn't much. I was only able to get it that day, but it doesn't matter. At least if every month when it's close to full, I like getting it before it's full, when it's about half and 3/4, because along the Terminator line, you all know I repeat myself continually, it elevates the structures and everything. We get to see a lot more stuff on the surface. But, it's only a matter of time till Artemis. Remember we were talking about it years ago, 2024, 2025. It's going to be so long. Well, we're in 2023, and I don't know about you guys, but it's zippity doo-dying right by. This year it's going by really, really fast. It's only a matter of time till we get more UFO reports. And I'm excited for when they go to the moon. I tend to feel that they're going to set it back, though, because of the sun. Maybe put it back to 2026, because we don't know what's going to happen with this. Actually, we have an idea of what's going to happen, and it's confirmed. I mean, the sun is in its solar maximum, and leading up to 2025, it's going to pummel us. Look at the weather, what's going on. It's still active right now, actually. Evelyn, Saba, thanks, Carol S. And thanks for being members, you guys. I really appreciate that. Evelyn, Saba in the house. Good morning, Bruce, live from New Zealand. Thank you very much, Evelyn. And I hope that New Zealand is being good to you. Hope the weather. I hope you're not too many of you are shake, rattling, and rolling with all the earthquakes and hurricanes and lions and tigers and bears. Getting pretty crazy in the States, boy, I tell you. But some good news is coming for the U.S. Some people, some good truth is coming. It takes a long time, for like truth to come out to others. We hear about certain things that are going to happen on whistleblower sites, or, certain news medias that we watch now. There's a whole bunch of them. I mean, in a couple of years, how many, what, Bruce is itchy. And how many years, like in 2 or 3 years, how many actors, songwriters, musicians, that you have stopped watching and supporting because of their ideology going all haywire, where, it's never been where everyone on earth has always agreed to everything, but it's never been that bad where everyone's just out there in their own worlds. Like, I'm not any better. I mean, we all have to, work on everything, but I don't know. Looking around there, the world's getting a little dull, little losing it a little bit, I think. Ninja Techno, thank you very much, you guys. Soul Ahead. Connie Baker's here from South Lower Carolina. No. Bruce is Canadian. Sometimes he knows the abbreviations. Utah. Must be Slick Loving Country, Utah. Bruce, Utah's not in the country. Anyways, thank you very much, Connie. Excuse my silliness sometimes. It's the only thing that keeps me sane. Sometimes I don't know if some of you are like me for that. No? Eyes wide open, 3045. Hello, moon peeps. Yeah, sending a radio telescope on the moon. Only a matter of time that when and if Artemis goes there, even though they're going on the Aikman, they're going to the southern pole, supposedly. For some reason, I feel there's going to be a change. But not all the projects, programs, and missions that are coming for the moon are going to be on the dark side or on the poles. There will be some on Earth's side, and that's what I'm hoping. And that's where things will get interesting, because if they put a radio telescope on Earth's side where we could actually, use a telescope to view that area, and then we're be very, very cool. I don't know what the interest is so much into the radio waves, but that's and when I tell you about the news, it's always news fresh off the press, because there's so many evolving stories. It's incredible. Kevin Bailey, thanks for being here, bro. Super Bruce, where would we be without? Hey, thanks a lot, man. Peace and lots of love to you. Same back, Kevin. Love you, brother. Thank you very much, man. Much love from all of us here in New Zealand. Love you guys down there in New Zealand. Faye Knox, again, thank you for being here. If I missed some of you, I think I said hello to Faye. Thanks again, Faye, for coming back all the time, you guys. Really appreciate that. We have, thanks, Evelyn. We have, and family, Ronnie, sending hello from one and only Texas. Texas, always in the news, with what was going on with the border, and then all of a sudden, crickets, not talking about it. We used to get some news back in the day, right? We can say back in the day now, because I think 2 or 3 years have gone by, and what we've seen in 2 or 3 years is just absolutely totally crazy. Janine, comment ça va? Bruce is itchy today with the nervous ticks. You see that video, the nervous tick guy? He scratches his beard and there's a whole bunch of stuff. That's me. In my eye and everything now. Janine, merci. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? En français, vite fait. Here's the news in French real quick. Listen up, you guys. On a la station spatiale ISS, the Space Station des États-Unis, sont obligés de faire une manœuvre et d'éviter une collision avec un satellite qui s'en va exactement droit vers le ISS Space Station. On a, you get that? That's about the space station. On a l'évolution du Space Force aux États-Unis qui veulent s'évoluer dans l'espace à cause du problème provenant de la Chine et de la Russie, qui sont plus stratégiques, qui ont plus d'accessibilité, plus de capacité en espace. Et beaucoup d'autres choses. Trudeau must go. Hey, listen, Pat, how's it going, man? Thanks for being here, man. Yeah, he definitely must go. And for those of you in the States or New Zealand, Evelyn, if you're not up to par with what's going on with our little Justy Trudeau, it's bad. And now, again, I got to be careful with what I say, because, we have to. Actually, I can't even talk about that. Damn. But for whatever reason, for an interference from another country, China, there's something that came up, and now there's going to be there's this big investigation and big investigation opening up into that. But we'll hear more about it. But of course, the guidelines are made so that we sort of can't talk about it. Sort of the same thing that happened over in the States with Trump and the Biden administration. Right? Like, how's it going? Hi, thanks a lot. Miss Margaret Leach is in the house. Thank you very much. Southern California, I ate today. Orange Country. Orange County. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Carol. And the comments and you guys coming to the stream. Can't thank you enough. What do you think the Earth would look like from the moon? Color, size? It would look, if they do like I do with the telescope, they could see that it's blue. They would see a lot of white refraction. They'd probably have the excuse given to the moon people that it's moonshine. I get it. Not the moonshine when you drink, but the sun's not reflecting on Earth's side of the moon. It's Earth shine that's actually projecting the reflection of the sun that's reflecting onto Earth and sending light onto the moon. So if on the moon, looking at Earth, and Earth is reflecting sun from the moon, but apparently it's not. So that means the sun would be directly on it. We could probably see a blue marble. Further out that we go, it would be a white gray color. This is the color that I'm telling you on the moon. Most likely looking up at Earth, they see a snowball that would probably look a lot like planet Pluto when we look at planet Pluto, not too close, but from far away. Maybe some bluish colors. And of course, far out into space and outside of our solar system into interstellar space. If you're looking back on Earth, Earth is going to look like a gray snowball, and it's going to be hidden from the moon. It's going to look like a double star. Someone's going to say, "Oh, it's a double binary star system," because everything looks like a star, right? Everything, absolutely everything looks like a star, but the color would be um, gray, and a possibility of adjusting the exposure, bringing it down and adjusting it to see the blue if Earth is really blue, and probably not a lot of browns. Browns would be very, very minimal, except the desert side of Earth, as it's rotating around. Except the problem is that we're synchronously rotating with the moon, or opposite when we're here on Earth from the other side. And the size, I'm telling you, the size, I mean, that could be absolutely anything. If you think of the size of Earth, maybe Earth is 10 times the size of the sun. Like, I'm just theorizing here, but who knows, depending on how big the Earth is. I would say it would look a lot bigger, if what they say is true, than a supermoon. And when the Earth is full and doesn't have the equator line, the terminator line, which is that dark line that travels across the planets when the sun revolves around it, or when the planets revolve around the sun, or when they revolve around themselves, we would see a hell of a big looking Earth. And when you look from the moon in the pictures, when they look at Earth and they show Earth like this, there, I'm not too impressed about it. It doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't, the story doesn't fit, doesn't match. I'm Kai. Thanks, man. Oh, yeah. Thumbs up, Pat. Like I said, I respect everyone that Svetlana was here the last time, and I had to block her because in reality, she was just telling other people they were wrong. They were wrong. But I respect everyone's opinion. But I listened to what he said, Tucker, and he's literally exposing the deep state. So for me, that was something very good, to share around, without a doubt. Thanks again for being here, Pat. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all happy and well. Blessings to all from New Zealand. You rock, Evelyn. You know that. Evelyn and family, I hope you guys are doing well. Interesting to ponder reasons for reception on the moon. Great cell phone service. Well, it's funny you say that, Rose. Excuse me. They say, and thanks for being here, Rose. They say that on the moon, they already installed in cislunar orbit at that moment, when I was talking about it a while back, sent up satellites there already for the communications for the Artemis programs when they go and land on the moon, so that they have access to, of course, Wikipedia. Emails is another thing, because right now it's a little bit of a problem. And Margaret Leach, like she had mentioned here at the last stream, at the same time during the day that I had seen the news, before I even had a chance to mention it, they're talking about a change of time um, for outer space. In other words, when you're on the moon, there'll be a different time setup. So the afternoon could be our nights, right? Obviously, if you look up the differences in the times of the moon and of Earth, they're very different. A day on the moon is a major difference in time as compared to here on Earth. It's like hours and hours difference, for whatever the reason, right? Based on each planet. So you could assume that people on Mars would have another timetable, also a time schedule. Remains interesting. They're going to be doing a lot of different things, that's for sure. Damn, bruh. Yeah, and watch it. The friggin' dentist are you probably booked for weeks. Went today to uh, do something with the car, and uh-uh, you got to call ahead. We live in a dystopia. Dystopia now. It's different. Okay. Paradox Fossils is in the house. Thank you very much, you guys. Hey, Scott, Marion, I appreciate that, brother. Really appreciate that. It's like all the points that we want to know, the news isn't really lingering on it. I have to find these on forums. Sometimes it comes out by scientists and obviously the whistleblowing channels. You know, there's a whole bunch of them. Actually, there's not a whole bunch of them, but those are the areas that I do go to try to get some as much info as I can. And I saw a lot of things today, a couple of things, interesting things. And again, Scott, thanks for being here, man. Who else we have? We have Angel Dreams from Northern California. California. I said that so badly. California. California. Yeah, you guys getting snow. That's crazy. I know not all of California got snow, but still, we're seeing quite a shift and change in everything. Thanks for being here, Angel Dreams. Azil, thanks for being here, man. Hey, how's it going? Lechevsky, I hope I pronounced that right, brother. Hey, Mr. Burgess is in the house. How's it going, man? Hope you're well. And y'all, Peter, Justin Branch in the house. Justin. Been in Detroit last Friday. 8 inches. Wow, we got bin. What the hell am I saying? Yeah, that is crazy, you guys. It's actually, and the worst of it, it's gonna get more and more like that. There's gonna be more and more snow, I guess, throughout the years. As we, or maybe it's just leading up to 2025. The sun is in control of volcanic activity, and they're not really saying, scientists, that it controls the weather. Actually, it's just me. Come here all the time. When I see that the sun is active, it's 100% for sure that there's high earthquake activity here. You get flooding. We're seeing, like right now, landslides. We're already getting used to seeing landslides online. That's not something that happened 10 years ago. Not much, anyways. Not, online, and even less than that. 5 years ago, you'd hear about a landslide. Now there's videos out there. I don't know if you've seen them. They're incredible. Where you see an island detaching from a coastline, just going out into the ocean and spiraling around and sinking all the farm animals on. That's pretty crazy. A lot of avalanches and mountains splitting in two. They're pretty hush hush about what happened in Turkey. Eh? That was quite an earthquake. And Romania, I think someone from Romania, and a couple of other countries, including Turkey, I think, that said HARP, that it could have been possibly weather manipulation. And now we're not hearing much about it. Damn right, man. Crazy crap. Humans are made strong, eh? When you think of it, eh? Endure. Yeah, man. And I guess, there's a chance for us all, even in Detroit and everything, there's a chance for us to get more snow. For sure. There's a big chance for us to get more snow. Yeah, it is bad in California, especially St. Bernardino. It's up into the mountains. The snow is over the roofs. The grocery store caved in. People are walking to the grocery stores. And even if there's cars moving, it's almost for nothing because the cars are only doing a little part of the strip. Probably to get to the grocery store, they plowed it or something like that. Now, when I say plow it, why would somebody have a plow in California when there's no snow? Nobody will. Good thing for those Kubota tractors. If not, they wouldn't be able to bring the snow around anywhere. And it's dangerous, eh? The kids are sinking in the snow. So like when they go outside in the snow, you have to actually keep them close to you so they don't drown in the snow. It's crazy. UK gets 1 centimeter of snow and everyone yeah. Listen, um that's true. There's some areas they lose it. There's in the States when the ice hits and stuff, it happens so fast. Those of you in snowy areas, you guys know and gals know that it happens really fast. When the ice makes a coating of ice, the snow falls on the road, 5-10 minutes, depending on the temperature. It's all based on the temperature, and sometimes it goes bad real quick. But you see the media really lying. Okay, I've seen people in the States saying the snow's so bad here, it's absolutely crazy, and turn around and there's like that much snow, but you see cars all upside down and stuff like, what the hell? That's because of our jobs. It's because of life pushing us up our asses to bring our kids to soccer games, hockey games, to run to the grocery store, to get more batteries, to get this, food, get that. There's always something we got to go get. And it keeps us busy. And when the weather hits like that, taking your time is the difference between whether you're going to live or not sometimes. So, we had another mild winter in Missouri and the Midwest USA. See, and that's how it is. It's up and down. Some people will get a lot more mild, and some people get it really drastically bad. It was so mild here till about the 17th of January. 17th of January was the first bloody snow that stayed, and the first snow that landed on the ground here. Because that's where snow lands, on the ground. I think I work too much with the space research. I make mistakes. Sometimes I'm talking to a family member, something on the phone. It sounds like I'm talking about planets when I'm talking about the roads or whatnot. But it's getting crazy. The weather really is getting crazy, and the earthquakes are not done. I mean, they're just getting started. Steve Gangster in the house. Hey, Australia, thanks a lot, you guys. Friends in Australia, right at the bottom of Earth or the top, since there's no up or down in space. Ozzy, thank you very much. Bruce, a clear night sky, but cold up in West Highland, Scotland. If it ain't cold or raining or sometimes you get some nice heat, and that's at least we get some days of heat. Sun is nearly almost never seen here. Don't see it rising anymore. It doesn't even come in the window anymore and bother me. The window's open right now. There's no, well, of course, 5:21. It's really late. We're about to change time soon again. Always a piss off. I appreciate that, Carol. Thank you very much, my friends. Alex Vachon, how's it going? New York in the house, NYC. Thank you very much, my friends in New York. Mason Bruce, you track all these good souls with brains and questions as to what is real and what is not. Peace from England. Really appreciate that, Kevin. It's all thanks to you guys, that the channel's still up. And hey, listen, guys, I thank you all of you that came here in 2022 throughout the year, which is everyone that's here. I really want to thank you for that. I'll probably never be able to return the favor or to thank you enough for, the incredible support. But if it wouldn't be for you people coming back to watch the videos, there wouldn't be much people here. Because notice, if you're new to the channel, there's not hundreds of thousands of people here. It's still very, it's like a real family, though. That's the difference. It's real people that know the videos are real, but there's not a lot of hype with other people coming by too much, but it's going to happen soon. Anika, child of Thoth, my God, thank you so much. Crazy flipping weather in Sweden. Sweden, hey, thank you so much. Anika, I love you so much. Thank you. In Sweden, too, yeah. Snowstorms one day and spring the next. Thank you so much, Anika. Well, that's what happens. It's up and down. That's what's creating all that ice on the houses. It snows, and then, like Anika says, it gets warmer. It's only the snow that makes it cold. Then it starts thawing out. Then the next day it freezes, and then whoop, it creates ice on the roof and everything. It gets pretty bad. Thanks again, Anika. Wow, you guys. Yeah, Evelyn says ice, the dangerous killer. Take care, all, please. For sure. You have to look up. Like you, we haven't gotten any, and it's a first in my lifetime. I envy you. Toss a few snowballs for us. There's plenty of snowballs here. What I should do is each show is make pika. Bruce is going to talk. I should make some snowmen online for you, like a little snowman's course. You know what I should do is send you guys snowballs. And I thought for the thawing, don't worry, I thought of it. Put it in a Ziploc bag so that when it thaws out, you'll still just be able to refreeze it and shape it into a snowball. Because I got a shitload of snow here that I can sell you guys. The town should put that all on the mountain and let the kids play in it. Some people say, no, that's where kids die. Piles and mountains of snow like that, the kids go up on a mountain and sink right into the mountain in certain areas. It's very dangerous. Parents aren't very preventive of their kids building forts and stuff. It's something you see kids doing alone in parks and stuff like that. It's really dangerous. I had a fort fall on me. I remember I was young enough just to dragging myself out. It's heavy and dangerous. Bobana, the kids of the 70s and 80s, we were tough. Thanks, Bobana. Beverly says we had snow today in Portishead, Bristol. Thank you very much. We don't get snow normally. So you see, it really is ridiculously up and down. When the polar vortex broke, went down into the States, you guys got pummeled. So there's some areas, I don't know, some of you will understand and know who you are, and depending on the term that I'm talking about, if you're like me, I'm just on the line of the storms that arrive from the States. So where I live, right in the end of the microphone there, it could be there, and that means the storm goes right by me, I get nothing, or it could be there, and then I get a lot. But you know, it's moving around, and now with the change of the poles, whether it be because of the core that stopped and about to go back the other way, which is something that happens every 77 years. I think 77 years, if I'm not mistaken. I think probably I said 14 the last stream, but it was 77 years. Last time it happened was, I think, I don't remember. And it was 77 years. It would be about 77 years ago. Julie Stats in the house. How's it going, Julie? Thank you very much. This sun is on fire. Yeah, he's burning. I remember saying that one day. Hey, the sun's burning. Somebody goes, you damn, it's fusioning. Oh my God. We like fighting, eh? Over silly things. Massive fusioning. It's still fire. It's still damn hot, I'll tell you that. Matt Wallace, thanks a lot, man. Much lovers. Is there any videos of a space station being built, assembled, and orbit? That's incredible, actually. I would say no, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, but that's a hell of a good question. Those are things that you want to see, right? And like the Apollo 11 supposed landing, that they lost the footage, or they lost most of the footage because of the radiation coming back and whatnot. There's a lot of things that they tell us that are not exactly necessarily probably truthful, right? Hey, British Columbia in the house. Jay Woodgate, thank you very much. Appreciate that, my friends. BC in the house. What are they talking about, British Columbia? What are they doing? Oh, yeah, they're putting up a legalization of cocaine production plant, but then they were saying no, or something like that. We live in a crazy world, eh? Absolutely crazy world. British Columbia, beautiful British Columbia. I've never had the chance to visit, but I got a lot of family that live all over there. That's right, Kevin. The truth is all we need. Suzanne, how's it going? Bruce is the last of my oldest channels, all others banned. Hey, man, that is an honor. I hope we don't get in a fight today. The guy's like, what'd you say? I was like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, man. People change, eh? I don't know about you guys. Everyone I've met as friends, most of them, they all change at one point. There's only a few of them, and they know who they are, that always remain the same, which is cool. Personal realities. We're just talking about that the other day at the stream. Another interesting subject. Parallel universes, other worlds, dimensions, portals, other realities also. And, it's real. I believe it's real. We had a really good conversation about that. Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 003 channel. You can scoot over to that channel, and on the 10th, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to double check, I will be having another rendezvous with JC. We had a really good conversation last time. He has an awesome community. They hang out once in a while, come by, so that's pretty cool. Harson's Island. Oh, really, eh? Again, eh? I mean, that's incredible. All the stuff that's happening around the world, not just around the world, especially in the States. Ohio also. I'm really proud of the people in Ohio for having spoken up today at a meeting, with the civilians, the people, the citizens of Ohio, East Palestine, because of the horrible chemical leak that are asking to be evacuated immediately, to be relocated, because they're still sitting there in it and they don't feel safe. Horrible to see how much time went by from the first day that the event started, and today, now we are March 8th, and still not much is going on over there. There's not a lot of talk about it, but those that don't know, the 5 investigators, the 5 scientific workers that were going to evaluate the dangers, the hazards of the Ohio chemical leak, died mysteriously in a plane crash in Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken. I hope it's Arkansas. But all 5 of them passed away. And then mum's the word. They didn't mention the 5 others that they would have sent immediately after that, right? Not a word about it. Definitely unbalanced. Everything's unbalanced, eh? CPAM, I've stopped watching TV. I don't turn the boombox on either, just podcasts. Hey, CPAM, you're like me. Same here. Documentary online. I do my research. I listen to certain news stations. I go up and down. I even go back to the liars, go back to CNN, MSNBC, and just to see where they're at, to see what they're trying to push. But I never tell anyone to go there. But I do venture around because, when you can see through the bull crap, like everyone is here, you can watch no matter what news media just to see what people are saying. And you can detect real fast that it's a story that they're trying to push. It's not always that they lie. It's that they don't say certain things that they should say, right? They leave a lot out. You most often hear that. Darla Lama in the house. My voice is getting scratchy. Thank you, Darla. Hope you're feeling good, Darla. Tommy Bird, how's it going, man? North Carolina in the house. You guys, North Carolina, all the states, and you guys are getting pummeled all the time. Another one, my friend Rich Williams, also in Florida. Maybe not you guys necessarily getting pummeled, but North Carolina, Florida, always the storms, the hurricanes and stuff. That gets really stressful. Must be really stressful. These things happening at the last minute. More and more things are ramping up. Decided to find a dentist for the pulling though. Yes. Yes. Don't do like that guy and with the pliers and trying to rip out his tooth. Allez, van het loop. I know. The stats. Thank you very much. I always get caught mixed up with the icons. Julie, thank you so much. You guys can check out Julie's stats channel. You know why? Well, because I love her. We all love her here. And Gate Smasher, hoorah. But seriously, She got the Crew 6 takeoff with a phone. And of course, no, you don't see the guys in the window, but it was a hell of a nice shot. I appreciated seeing that. I hope you got some views. I hope some people took the time to head over there. She's got beautiful settings in Florida, boats, and a whole bunch of critters, you guys. Alligators, and but only bacon lovers, please, is what we want. Okay, if you don't love bacon, you can still go, but you're someone's going to suggest bacon to you because we all love bacon. Have a lot of fun with these guys. Thank you very much, Julie. Hey, Solarhead, thanks again for being here, man. Paradox Fossils, safe space. My friend Rich Williams from Astor, Florida. Hope you're doing well and having a great day. I hope you are too. He's got a scope, 2 big scope, 2 guys, and he's got looking at, what was it the other day? The sun. Also looks at the sun. You guys can check him out too and check out his channel. I have to go to your channels, guys. I haven't. Some of you must have noticed it's been at least 2 or 3 weeks. Didn't do so much visiting on people's channels because so much is going on. But good, I'm in an evolutional stage in my life, 48, finishing certain things, getting rid of certain things. I'm trying to get rid of as I'm not a guy that has, payments or anything, obviously rent, but I'm trying, I don't want anything or have any payments. I want to have the strict minimum. It's the system I'm trying to break away from. The system that I want to try to break away from and be more independent. That's why doing this for me really matters. It's very important for you all to be here. Sorry, Evelyn. I clicked on her, but I didn't even read. Bruce, has anyone heard of the Aussie singer who outed the devil worshiper and was freaking out that they would get him? Oh, yeah, that rings a bell. He was a winner of one of the talent shows. Haven't heard from him since. That does ring a bell. So what did they do? Did they kill him? I mean, and I'm laughing. I don't want to laugh. It's just that what a shit show, eh? With everything that's going on, it's beyond realistic now by this point. All that's missing are for the birds to start flying backwards and upside down. It's, I'm just going to say, that's all right. It's must be because of the sun, must be radiation from the sun making the birds fly upside down because they're making people believe absolutely anything. Hey, what's up, Mr. Stephen A., another great supporter of this channel. NASA is about to fire the upgraded RS-25 engine at Stennis. Oh, really, eh? Geez, I didn't even get a chance to see that. The upgraded one. What's going to happen to it, Stephen A.? Is it going to backfire like the H3 of Japan? Some more satellites that Japan was supposed to send up on the H3 rocket. Whatever happened, it lost power or control to it. And the rocket, Japan had to destroy the rocket. And there was some satellites that were inside of that rocket that were supposed to be launched. Thanks for the update, Stephen A. I'm telling you, so much is going on, man. Danny Naver, thank you very much. How's it going, man? Good afternoon. Working, waiting for material. 12. Can't wait for. Yeah, I hear you, Danny. I can't wait for the summer for lots of UFO nights and more moon videos. I'm happy that I got the moon from March. Trust me, boy, because I tell you, it's rare, that moon that comes out. Not so often anymore. It's always out, but got the clouds over it most of the time. Good afternoon, Danny. I appreciate that. Decepticons. Yes. The Decepticons. That's exactly what they are. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some Transformers starting walking around. Nothing surprised me anymore. Yeah, thank you, Tony, because you would have probably needed a hell of a bottle of whiskey or something, not to drink, to put on a tooth or something like that, boy, I tell you. Or that numbing sensation for children that you put on what it used to be called. That's way back when my kid was two. Holy crap. Anyways, to numb the tooth, like for a baby toothache, sitting there putting it all over the tooth. There's nothing more painful than a tooth, honestly. That's true. Julie, thanks again, eh? Bobby Cat, thank you so much. Hi, Bruce. Can't watch now. You rock. Thank you, Bobby Cat. I'll catch us after work, but hope you're well. Yeah, I got some good news. I'm going to start talking about. Totally support the work you do. I know it, Bobby Cat. I love you for it and for the incredible contributions throughout the years. And thanks for still being here in 2023. I know what you do. Anyways, and I know you're very busy at your work, but I love you for it. Thank you so much, you guys. Julie, Bobby Cat, everybody, and Nika of Thoth. I mean, I really appreciate that, you guys. Pamby, how's it going? Hello. Today, yes. Hopefully, your weather is nice, that you're not buried in snow, or that you have electricity. Because at one point, this is what's going to happen, eh? Could be a little blackout soon, I think. Thanks again, eh, Stephen A. Oh, you got one. Good. That rocks. Lots of people aren't getting notifications. A couple of people that warned me, Bruce, I'm not getting notifications. I'm not seeing, unfortunately, when you're streaming, they come on a bit late. There's some people here, Dennis the Menace, a couple of people came by. They weren't able to contribute. So, again, guys, thank you to you all, Bobby Cat included, for being here in 2022. Stephen A., all these amazing people. I am Kai. Over the years, I really appreciate that. Margaret Leach, thank you so much for being here as always. The Lazarus Project is here. Love and nothing else. All you need is love, brother. Thank you very much, Lazarus Project, for stopping by, man. And thanks for having been here in 2022. I think it's awesome when people come by. Darla's going to town, welcoming everyone. Take a breather, Darla. Thank you so much. For those who don't know it, Darla Lama was, if not the first person on the channel. In the first group of 100 people, Darla was also in that group of people that arrived here. One of the first mods that I put as a mod on the channel. And it's funny because now she's still here after, Darla, 6 years. This is the 7th year of research, guys. Starting my 8th year of research in August. Already, guys, I'm going to make it to the 10-year mark for a major celebration. Mary McMahon, how's it going? Maybe we will have bought a satellite or server in space from now till then. What will be the options? They're going to go big money, it, and they're going to want people to go to space. At first, the tourism is going to be pretty bleak because it's going to, for us, because it's going to be like 1.5 million to just leave Earth and then go around the moon. But I actually see in 25, 30 years that for a trip around the moon, there's actually reasonably between $7,000 and $10,000, maybe $15,000 because it's the moon. They're going to come to that at one point. I'm going to be able to rake in so much money, in space. So what tech are they going to want to sell us? They're going to probably, the astronomers offer them more tools to be able to view space. That's just me. That's just my wishful thinking. You can get a biodegradable satellite. I heard you can buy it. Anybody can, for any of their businesses, for what is it, $8,000 or something like that. That was a couple of years ago. And I thought, that'd be interesting, eh? Maybe get some cameras going up there. How awesome would that be? It's the size of a pack of cigarettes, biodegradable satellite. And what happens to it? It biodegrades, but there's dust out there, right? So it gets heavier and heavier and heavier until it takes off into the constellation way behind Mars somewhere and just winds up where all the other ones die. That's right, man. Oh, yeah, we own it. And we're standing up. I'm telling you, it's slow, but I'm seeing some good stuff happening. LET 1951, evening to you too. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hey, look at all these amazing people here. Lab get okay from federal government to make or whatever Coke. Yeah, Premier BC is livid. So my take, Gov wants us stoned, drunk, or even better, dead. I hear you on that. Absolutely hear you on that. But you see, here's and yeah, well said. Here's another thing without getting in too much into it. The drug cartels that are coming into the States and now into Canada, obviously the government's going to want to handle the money of that. They did it with the marijuana, now maybe wanting to do it with the COCAINE. I even heard it went as far as the HEROINE. And I was like, what the hell is going on? It would be a downfall. It would be mass looting, many deaths. It would be horrible. It would be horrific. You'd have people that would get hooked on it that could have become and probably would have become doctors, lawyers, and whatnot. We don't need too many of those. And the lawyers, a bit more of the doctors than the lawyers. Right, Bobby Cat? Because the lawyers, I don't know. Not too sure about them. Thanks a lot, man. My friend Richard. Sir. The moon looks as stunning tonight. The sky is really clear here. Oh, wow. Really, eh? Yeah. We got a red sky. Hey, Sharon Taylor, thanks for coming back, you guys. 18 more months of what? No, hopefully not the tooth. Hey, Grit River, thanks a lot, brother. Thanks for being here. Pat says Trudeau will appoint his buddy for the inquiry about China funding Trudeau back in the day. Yes, and that's the person that Pierre Poilievre, the conservative leader, very new recent conservative leader, is trying to make Justin Trudeau admit that. And I was seeing that this afternoon. And he'd get up and he always reminds me of the dog Brian on Family Guy. He gets up and he goes, just the name, just the name. Arrogant Trudeau gets up, ties his button or unties his button. That's right. And he gets up and he says, Canadians. Then you hear it about, roar, 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 roar. It's a real shit show, eh? It's a real joke. You guys that have in the States, I know you got enough of your own poor politics problems with Congress and Pelosi now, who's coming out in the news, by the way, which we can't talk about, but take the time to check what's going on in the House of Morons, actually. House of Commons, sorry, in Canada when it comes to the debates and stuff. It's a real shit show. A real joke. But truth is coming, Pat. Hang in there, man. I'm telling you, when Trudeau leaves, well, before that, but for sure when Trudeau leaves, we gotta throw a party, Pat. Invite everyone to the bar, man. And I think everyone should have a party when Trudeau leaves. I can't wait. You guys want a picture of a base on your wall? Well, the sinus iridum, instead of me posting it as a lunar base, I posted it as a converted image on my very small Pictorim photo website. You can check it out. It's free to check out. And for, some people don't have money because photography is expensive. You can even just get a poster if you want on your wall. Like I said, this is a free channel and I don't push things, but I don't and never have shared those links. That link's like 3-4 years old and I never shared it, but I said once in a while. Thanks, Darla. So that's the link, guys, the Pictogram link. Ken Ash is in the house. Hi, Bruce. Hi, peeps. Thank you so much, Ken. God loves you, and so do I. Judith Hodgins, I love you even more. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's always nice hearing that God loves you from somebody else. It sort of makes you think that maybe he's thinking of you, eh? It's very kind of you, Judith. Here. Wow, Scott Mansbridge. And thanks for being members, you guys. Out of this world, guys. Thank you so much, Scott. Generous contributions. You guys rock. I'm happy that I had the chance to come on tonight. Wait till you hear some of the news, guys. It's crazy. Jules of Southern Oregon, another American friend. Unbelievable skies. Phoenix, Arizona. Yuck. Yeah, well, Phoenix, Arizona is a place on my bucket list. It's a dream of mine to be able to get the chance to see that place one time, to get the desert, to get images of the sky, because they say it's always sunny there, eh? When it's not raining, but in general, it's not raining that often, I don't think. But maybe now with the changes. Phoenix, Arizona in the house. Thank you so much, you guys. How's it going, Susan Ravella? I'm doing very fine, and I thank you very, very much. I'm stuck here at home. A car problem. I have to wait till Saturday because now everything's different. You need to call ahead. If you got to do something on your car, you got to call ahead. Like I think now if you need to go to the grocery store to get some butter, it's going to come to the point where you're going to have to go put your name on a little paper saying, Bruce, want 2 butters for this week, 2 butters for next month. It's getting that ridiculous. 104 watching. That's cool. Now 140, I'll take it. But again, we're locked at the 130, 140 mark. As always, hopefully, if there were only 400 people watching, it would give this live stream about 5,000-6,000 views, but it usually remains locked at 130 usually. And what happens is, well, I'll go touch maybe 800 views on a good day, 1,000. But it's good. It's advertisement for the channel, and even though there's not a lot of new people that come by. Susan Ravella and family, thank you so much. Dan Kill or Dan Kyle in the house. Either way, they both sound cool. Thanks a lot, Dan. Star Hunter, how are you feeling? Greetings, everyone. I hope you're feeling good. You still on the big screen? I hope you're feeling better, brother. Hi again, Susan. C. Tucker Carlson is having a personal insurrection. He's, as long as he's not having an yeah, Tucker Carlson talking a lot about the deep state, what's going on, what went on Jan 6, and a whole bunch of things coming out. Again, Darla, thank you for being here. 69 thumbs up is always really greatly appreciated, because that means at least 70 people, almost 70 people, took the time to think of me and give me a thumbs up. And you guys know it. You hear it from all creators. The algorithm of YouTube, if there's no likes, no comments, YouTube doesn't share you out. And even when there are likes and comments here, often they don't even share me out. Dan, thanks again for being here, man. The son of David White the son of David White, Luke, Nathan, Madeline White, thank you very much, bro. Nice to see you, man. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope our friend David's doing well. David White from the beautiful Republic of Ireland. How's everyone doing? Bruce. Hello, Bruce. And a very special greetings to Darla. Yes, she's back in the house with us. And hello to the mods, too. Luke, thank you so much for being here, bro. I hope the weather's been good to you. And of course, I hope our good friend David White is doing well. Grip Ripper, always appreciate that, man. Good evening, Will. Thanks so much. I'm doing good, Dan. Doing pretty good, man. Lots going on. I wish there was a better sky so I get the chance to. I'm missing the infrared camera to see the UFOs outside that I used to so communicate with. Hundreds of videos here. I'm sure you haven't all seen the videos. And I don't post an infrared video unless it's interesting. At one point, just lights going across the sky is so boring. I was so lucky to get so many things that these lights are doing. And more to come. That's 100% for sure. Thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate it. I also have a Spanish channel, guys. If you have a Spanish friend that doesn't understand English, or that you want to share the research, with them. There's the Spanish channel that I have there that you can check out. Super bien, mon Dan. Puis je te remercie, mon frère. C'est le monde qui va pas bien, on dirait. More aliens than anything else around the sun. I agree with that one, Dominic. Dominique, for sure. Lots of wind too due to solar eruptions. Yes. Probably another one on the way. It was at the intensity was at sea, Mary McMahon, right now. A couple hours ago. Locked on from Trinidad. Thank you, West Indies. Good evening, everyone. Thanks a lot. Destiny Ram. Appreciate that, you guys. Peter's here. Peter, merci. La fin. I hope not. C'est vrai, tu sais, Peter. C'est vrai que nous vivons à la fin du monde. Mais comme toute fin, on a des nouveaux débuts, j'espère. J'espère qu'il va rester quelques-uns vivants aussi après tout ça. And if I double check here, Bruce, have you seen something on YouTube today? Tesla died on the 7th of January. Tesla died? On the 7th of January, 1943, and 7th of January. Oh, that is awesome. That's always a nice little, especially if he's obviously your mentor or a part of it, a part of a person that you can appreciate. I know I do. His Highness, number 78, Ottawa, in the house. I thank you very much. Yeah, Joel, that's awesome, man. 77, hey, 75, me, man. And another thing, Joel, is that I was born on the same birth date as Galileo. So for me, that's exceptional. Except he was in a long time ago, before me, but the same day, February 15th. So I always go, wow. So curious about stars. It's sort of an honor to have the same birthday as him and Chris Farley. Those are the two people that share my birthday. Said 3 6 inches again this Friday. Scott, it's crazy. We're supposed to get another 30. I don't know when. That's what the neighbor said. I'm gonna have to check that out. It's getting, I think, pretty crazy. Amazing. All these truths are being leaked out, spoken on the news, likely controlled op. Truth in plain sight deal. Nothing aired is accidental. That's right. All part of the script, but it's helping to wake people up. Yeah, exactly. But you see, like Tucker Carlson, that wasn't part of the script, and they're trying to close them down. And they almost did. And they probably would have been able to force Fox not to let or allow him to speak about that. I was very happy to see that some other ones like Hannity, some of the people of the Fox team were actually investigating and investing some time into exposing some of these. We all know Tucker knew a long time ago what was going on. He didn't mention it. I get it. A lot of people said that, but that's how the system works. Like you say, the script, right? Duration static fire test complete on RS 25E engines. We're getting there. Adam Truthfinder's in the house. Smash the like in the way, and thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Snowing here. You too, eh? Here, so far, I'm lucky it hasn't started yet. Oui, mais Peter. Ça, c'est vraiment vrai, bro. Had to remind my kids to eat the snow because of that train fire about 80 miles away from us. Yeah, exactly. Not to eat the snow. Damn right about that, man. It's horrendous. It is absolutely horrendous. Oh, Gina. Don't get me started, Stephen A. And over in the news, what I was looking at, pretty interesting. Let's take a look at this space news to find out what is new in space news. Okay, not a very good intro. It probably worked though. And by the way, it is International's Women's Day. Female astronauts keep making strides off Earth. What? That sounded bad. But anyways, to all women here today, to all you couples there, tell your women that they are beautiful. And to all the women that are here today, you are beautiful. It's International Women's Day today. I'm not reading that. I actually knew that. No, not you. Only the women. I know. You like to wear a dress. You're sexy as hell. But it's only for women. Only women get to celebrate International Women's Day. I know. Can only imagine. So Bruce is scrolling down for what here? Here we go again. Every time. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll go back up here then. I prepare. I know exactly where I have to go to tell you the news. And here we are. Almost disappeared. International Space Station fires thrusters to avoid collision with satellite. Coffee's always. I'm not going to say it. Cold. The International Space Station had to maneuver out of the way, guys. An Earth imaging satellite on that was Monday, which was March 6th at 7:42 a.m. The thrusters on the Progress 83 resupply vessel, currently docked at the International Space Station ISS, fired for a little more than 6 minutes, raising the station's orbit to prevent the potential collision. NASA said in a blog post, of course, this afternoon. The satellite in question appears to have been Argentinian Earth observation satellite launched in 2020, according to Sandra Jones from NASA's Johnson Space Center. In a tweet, Jonathan McDowell, whether it matters or not, astronomer and astrophysicist at Harvard, Smithsonian Center for Astrophysicists, right, narrowed the possible candidates down to a new Sat 17, noting the constellation's orbital decay, which is not really what I wanted to know. One of 10 commercial observation satellites that launched in 2020 and are operated by geospatial data company Satellogic. That's incredible. All these companies around the world, too, that are in charge of all these monitoring satellites and everything. You have every country, guys. Every single country is right over your head and is listening to you, obviously staring at you. It's pretty incredible. Right here. Here's a little one that's a bit worrying to me because I see, like they say here, the complete plan. Yeah, I see the whole plan in my head. U.S. Space Force game plan, they says, is to compete with China and to prevent a shooting war in orbit. This plan is to be in a state of perpetual competition. So they want to compete with China. In the current era, says in Washington, era of great power competition, the main goals of the U.S. Defense Department are to modernize military forces and forge alliances with partners. Slava Ukraine. Partners in, or you can be sure as hell, who do you think they're going to connect with, right? With partners in order to deter China. In the space domain, the plan is to be in a state of perpetual competition, says General B. Chance Salzman. He's the chief of space operations of the U.S. Space Force, but only recently. Salzman, who assumed command of the Space Force in November, spoke about the security challenges in the space domain March 7 at the Air and Space Forces Association Air Warfare Symposium in Aurora, Colorado. Salzman said China's developing remarkable capabilities on orbit and should be in orbit. And in response, the U.S. had to figure out how to protect its space assets while also deterring rivals from launching attacks that could make outer space unusable for human activities. Hopefully, not going to be part of the false flag attacks or that they want to do, because sorry, but Elon Musk says they could have billions of satellites at that level and completely no problem at all with the interaction around it. But yet we're hearing about more and more problems. Unlike in other domains, our concept for domain control in space cannot rely on overwhelming destructive force, said Salzman. It's always about competition, right? The likely scenario will be perpetual competition in order to maintain stability, he said. Neither driving our adversaries towards disrupting the space domain nor towards desperation. Because space is a global domain, victory is not defined in traditional terms. If you do this right, you never fight, he says. Yeah, get this from the defense of the states. If you do it right, you never fight. That's so funny. It's a balancing act, Salzman said. If the U.S. wants space superiority, that's the only reason why they're doing this. When necessary, also maintaining the safety, stability, and long-term sustainability of the space domain. They want to be strategically ahead of China and Russia, which right now are developing and have developed technology that is far more advanced than what the Americans are using. So this is their solely unique desire is to be the leading country in space. But they've been doing this since the Cold Wars. They've been doing this, the space race, right? When how it started, right, to get to the moon, and with Sputnik 1, with Russia taking images of the dark side and all around the moon, and then they faked some landings and did a whole bunch of silly things. That's how it is. A centerpiece of the U.S. Strategy is to deter China from taking aim at the Pentagon's. Guys, you know what's going to happen, eh? They're going to develop a police force outside in space. But now there has to be a three-letter word starting by W. There has to be one of those. A war. Why? Because there's no one in charge of space. They're not going to have all the countries in charge. There's one country that's going to want to take over the other country and have dibs on saying what goes out in space. China, NASA's spokesperson, actually NASA's director, I think, I'm not sure who it was that said this, that China wants to be the one in charge of the moon no matter what, and no matter what missions are there. Think of that one. Police force in space. It's going to come. It's going to come soon to hold the law in space. There'll be more fighting in space. Due to their fixed location, that predictability and lack of relative motion to the ground makes them particularly vulnerable to direct attack. To offset the weakness of Space Force plans to augment geostationary systems with distributed networks of satellites in different orbits, of course. Geostationary orbit, that's an orbit not moving, but moving with the rotation of Earth and not against the grain or with the grain. With the grain. What that says to adversaries is, listen, even if you could attack that one, why would you want to escalate that when there's so many other capabilities? This is what resilience in space means, he added. If you complicate targeting, you get resiliency. You raise the threshold for attack, which equates to deterrence. So it's going to talk about a war, Over the next several years, the Space Force will diversify and add networks of satellites in low and medium orbits. So it's the idea of going to smaller satellites, now the smaller satellites now, and proliferating our missions across multiple larger constellations that really gives us a more resilient architecture It's not. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. If there's going to be a whole bunch of different countries in space, satellites aren't going to work. They're going to be able to listen to everyone's satellites to see what they're doing, to follow them, and obviously take them out. Right? Space Command says we're under threat. China's and Russia's advances in space, lasers on orbit, proximity sensors, and other technologies are worrisome for the United States. So you remember in Hawaii, they showed the lasers in the sky coming off of this Chinese satellite where the lasers were literally beaming straight down out of the sky from space, like in a horror movie. We're under threat in the space domain, said Shaw. If I were on the general staff of Russia, or if I was serving the PLA, China's People Liberation Army, I would be advising the leadership to go after the space capabilities of the United States. The U.S. relies on satellites to project power across the planet, and they're not all that well defended. So we should not, nor is the friggin' electrical grid. So we should not be surprised that we're under threat. We have to completely rethink how we do our space architectures, he said. We're probably going to have to be more nimble. Love the new words. A shift to smaller, cheaper, commoditized satellites. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with, right? Like we wanted the big money and to make the people believe that we're going to get the big guns. It's all to impress. It's to impress the elites. The elites, people working for them like to impress them. It's their gods, like to give them little treasures. It's just a shit show. But for it to work, you're going to have to get tiny satellites. But then again, they know how to manipulate through frequencies. There's EMP attacks, right? Electromagnetic pulses. So are satellites going to work ever? I don't see them as working. I see a satellite working for as long as another country doesn't attack it or spy on it. A shift to smaller, cheaper satellites. And one way to do that, so we're always replenishing those platforms on a regular basis. Yeah, right. Option is to make geostationary satellites refuelable so the military can move them if necessary and not to have worry about depleting their limited fuel supply. Say to yourself, every time one of those bloody satellites is defunctionalized or decommissioned, it winds up junk, smashing into some other area, right? And some other satellite, causing more and more debris. The U.S. military is likely to be more successful at determining China by integrating its air, ground, sea, and space systems. Oh my God, yeah. The unit was established in November under the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command. A large combatant command based in none other than Hawaii and responsible for operations in the Asia Pacific region. So, how many associations or frontal organizations does the defense in the United States have? You have the Department of Defense, you have DARPA, you have the CIA, the NRA, you have the FBI, you have all these people that open different associations that hire thousands of people in all these associations at really great, high paying jobs. It's ridiculous when you think of it. So now when they encounter a problem, well, they turn around and say, well, okay, we're going to open something. So they opened the Unidentified Aerial Task Force. And then there was a leak that came out that the Unidentified Aerial Task Force had actually also opened the Unidentified Aerial Joint Task Force, which the Pentagon denied. They actually denied that. So where are they getting all that money to do so? They're printing it, right? I think literally printing it, right? Like they're going, or all that money that's missing from the Federal Reserve is being used. That was the plan, I guess, ahead of time. You don't need a genius to know what was going on, eh? Really don't need a genius to know what was going on. but that's how it is. Unfortunately. So we saw that. There's lots going on. So much going on. ISS dodges commercial satellites. Yeah. I'm telling you, going to be some collisions out there in space. It's coming. We go here to Fizz. What else did I see here that I wanted to share with you? Oh, yeah, that 3D rocket that was 3D printed, a debut launch aborted at the last minute. Oh, remember that 3D rocket that they were supposed to launch? Apparently, it didn't go so well. What happened? Rocket made almost entirely of 3D printed parts remained on the pad Wednesday after its debut launch attempt was aborted in the last minute. California-based Relativity Space was attempting to launch, the rocket to orbit from a former missile site at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. There's another one, the Space Force Station. There was no immediate word on when the company might try again. Onboard flight computers halted the countdown with just over a minute remaining because of a temperature issue with the rocket's upper stage. Guys, ever notice how all launches, and I repeat, all launches, if it's not erosion on a fuel pump or erosion on a hose or a leak in a hose or in a fuel tank, imagine the astronauts preparing to go up to space, but hey, going to space today, Daddy? The kid asks his dad, the astronaut, oh, yeah, not today. Daddy was supposed to go up today, but one of the rocket boosters was almost on the verge of exploding. Daddy's going up next week, the next launch window. Yeah. These guys are either demons or possessed, but they're brave as hell to be doing that, boy. This is the one I wanted to talk about, guys. Lunar telescope, those just arriving. I'm just going through a couple of posts of news. This was the most interesting one. Lunar telescope project aims to search for ancient radio waves. Scientists at the U.S. Department of Energy's DOE Brookhaven National Laboratory are leading a new effort to land a radio telescope on the moon. As a matter of fact, I thought that all the craters were radio telescopes. Are they refurbishing the moon? I wonder what that would look like. Oh, lo and behold, you watch it would look like a crater, right? If successful at descending the telescope to the moon, the project will mark the first step towards exploring, get this, the dark ages of the universe. I wonder when they're going to want to search the moon and show us the bloody structures. The Dark Ages are an early era cosmological history starting about 380,000 years ago. They know that. After the Big Bang, even though scientists don't believe it happened, there were no stars or planets in the Dark Ages. But then they say it's a point in time that scientists have never been able to observe. There are no stars or planets during the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages is a point in time that scientists have never been able to observe. Okay. Though radio waves from the Dark Ages still linger in space. So I thought it was interesting mentioning that because of the lunar waves. Could that be what I saw, what Crow 777 saw? And me getting the double lunar wave on the surface of the moon? Could it be those radio waves that they're actually talking about, that we would see radio waves, which, don't forget, supposedly coming from a big bang? I don't know if the Big Bang theory is right, but I know there definitely was and is even now several bangs, right? There's always a big bang out there in space. Nearby active galaxy investigated with Chandra Observatory. The Chandra Observatory is also observing a whole bunch of celestial objects out there that they're not really talking about. There were no stars or planets in the Dark Ages, a point in time scientists have never been able to observe. Though radio waves from the Dark Ages still linger in space, the abundance of radio interference on Earth has masked these signals from scientists seeking to study them. If cosmologists could detect radio waves from the Dark Ages, what is known as the Dark Ages signal, they could help uncover answers to some of the universe's biggest mysteries, such as the nature of dark energy. There we go again, or the formation of the universe itself. So they really want to know everything. Eh? They're trying to get into God's office top left drawer. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Modeling the universe is easier before stars have formed. We can calculate almost everything exactly. Do you believe that? Everything exactly when they don't know why the core of Earth has stopped or even what substance or element it is? They're looking with x ray machines. They can get a shape, but they have no idea what the temperatures are at all. So far, we can only make predictions about earlier stages of the universe using a benchmark called the cosmic microwave background. The Dark Ages signal would provide a new benchmark, and if predictions based on Earth benchmark don't match, that means we've discovered a new type of physics. It's so sad. Actually, this is depressing me. Go back to the channel here. It is depressing, no? Is it not depressing? Thanks again, Miss Julie Stats. A generous contribution that showed up again for whatever the reason. I thank you. Nika Fluff. Let me scroll down here now. Adios, Valhetlo dans la maison. Burn. I'm scrolling all the way down, guys. I know you don't believe I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, snow over the desert. Very concerning. Very concerning. From Denmark, Hans, thank you. Valentine, thank you for coming back, my friend from Denmark. Appreciate that. Margaret says, I think the moon is loosely packed. That's why when rocket smashed it, it rang for hours. Oh, that makes sense. I'll tell you what, the outer layer of the moon, they say, is a lot thicker. Like, I mean, titanium strength thick. Now, the outer layer that we're talking about, and inside, they would say, and I say it's just a theory that it's hollow. Hey, Tony Moss, thanks a lot, man. Thanks, you guys. Hola, amigo. Muchas gracias. Appreciate that. You guys rock. Joël Saint-Jean, bien, merci beaucoup. Bien, bonne soirée à toi aussi. Merci d'avoir pris le temps de venir nous dire bonjour. Yeah, Peter, they didn't tell us or tell the public how they landed. Obviously, they would have gone, but it would have been in a secret mission. But the Apollo landings, I have a hard time believing that they happened. 70 years, last rotation change was around 2009. So next one will be 2040. Yeah, 2040. Well, they say it's every 77 years that the core goes by. That's Michio Kaku that was saying that. But and yes, since 2009, the core was already stopping, and it's going to turn back the other way around. So that's 20 something. Could be. I know Michio Kaku was talking about it. It's the exact number he said to the bugger, 77 years. Let me see it here. Earth's core. Dun, 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 dun. Shukaku weighs in on a study that suggests Earth's inner core may have stopped turning and could go into reverse on Kennedy. A frightening new study suggests that the Earth's inner core has stopped spinning, and now scientists believe it could even reverse direction within the next decade. That right, within the next decade. So you see different again. You see how it's always friggin' different, eh? And I believe you what you just said there. Now here's the one that I heard him talk about. Now, let's see if we hear the 77 years in this one. I won't even be able to do CNN. Piece of shit. So I don't even want to. Next decade. Anyways, yeah, it won't be the next decade. I don't believe. It'll be longer than that, probably 2040, like you said. So, hey, missing. Hey, for what? 136. We're locked. Ladies and gentlemen, we are locked at 136. 136. Yeah, 140 here, 141, 141 going up, going once, going twice, 145 over there, man in black, 145, 146, 146. Let's get it up. Let's get it on. I feel so stupid this evening. It happens sometimes. No comments, guys. Don't say like yabbers. I've seen you act stupid before. Crazy Music Space Jam channel. Thank you very much. Elias Valhatla. That's his other channel. You guys want to check out his music setup? That's where you got to go. Go subscribe to the guy. He supports the channel. Go learn some French, you guys. Thanks so much, Stephen A. It is free. Channel, yeah. Hey, dude, I'm Kai. And listen, the channels that I've had the most problems with are the most beautiful channel names like Love Thy Neighbor or Heavenly Father or something. And you get on that channel and it's a bunch of wahoos, violent, aggressive people. I've seen them all. Oh yeah, was David not feeling good? You keep us posted. Keep us updated, my brother. Luke Nathan Midlin White, thanks again. Rusted Trust, thank you very much for being here. Hello. Yeah. Hey, Grip Ripper. The guy's like, oh, geez, what the hell is that? That's a cough drop. Making me cough. I've had that before. Oh, cold coffee. JC. I thought it was the 10th, but hang on here. Let's go see. Just to be sure, you all can stop by at the same time as channel if you want to come see what we're talking about. I'm going to check out John Claude Beyond Mystics channel. It never shows up. I have a problem with my computer. There we are. There we bloody are. You go to Jean Claude's channel, and they keep on subscribing me. You click on pause on the first video. You go into live, and let's see. Grip Ripper talked about coughing, and now I'm coughing. I'm coughing. Yes, indeed, I'm coughing. March 10th, my friends. Live stream The Moon is Inhabited with Bruce Seasall and Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 003. Le 10, mon frère. 2 days. It's going to be a good stream, too. Going to be a damn good stream. Yes, sir, Luke. Absolutely, brother. I'm taking him, too. That's what they say, Adam. It's the best thing. I've heard that, too. It's the best thing. You guys want to send me some spaceship parts? some secret microfilms, some alien body parts, that's the place you got to send it. Don't send me any anthrax. Conan the Tartarian, how's it going, my friend? My space bubbles love watching you. Thank you so much. And they enjoy your work too. Love that. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Haven't sang that one in a while. Keep on rocking in the free world. Hey, my. I used to like freedom, but I changed the thighs. Poor. I hate that so much that the singers, the people I used to love so much, Neil Young, one of them, they're all changing sides, They're all becoming itchy leftists, that are like against this disgusting thing of freedom. What is this thing, freedom, called? Right? Have I told you lately that I love you? Rod Stewart, another one. Talking yesterday. Ukraine needs F-16s. Government, get on it. Get on it. People wonder why Alex Jones screams and jumps around his chair once in a while. Cuckoo. When you hear news like that, boy, I tell you, it makes you want to get active. You want to scream it out there. Absolutely, with a little touch of tankery. Little shot of tankery in there. Bloody nice. Something's happening to me. Byrne is in the house. Look good to hear as always. Tell him I'm asking for him. Luke, yes, absolutely. We love David White. And I hope he is doing better. You keep us posted, brother. Absolutely. Hey, Kimberly, thanks for being here. Nice. It is nice. I am Kai. 146. We're at 146, locked at 146. If we hit 200, the world could end. We hit 200, the world could end. We have Age Nost. Had to clean up after themselves to cover their asses. And that's what they're doing right now. It is the big cleanup. Deep State is sweeping up buildings and changing frontal organizations and closing files and accounts. And that's what they're doing. Yeah, it's Highness. He's like me. We think of all the good stuff. Thanks again, Julie. Federal Bureau of Investigation may ask a question. When they first went to the moon, how did the president call the astronaut from a wired red phone? Hey, thank you very much, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Holy shit, I have to click on that to see if that's really you guys. Listen, it's impossible, I believe, for them to have done that. So I know you're really the Federal Bureau of Investigation for sure. No, it's impossible. They didn't have any lines set up, first of all. The communication for the astronauts to be able to communicate with people on Earth was not set up. And you just brought in one hell of a good one. You're absolutely right about that. There was nothing set up. They just recently set up, or even are going to set up, I think they have now, 1 or 2 satellites. I could be wrong about the amount of satellites, to have communications for people that are going to be working on the moon during the Artemis program, to be able to do research, also to look on the internet, I guess, or it could be just for the emailing. But there wasn't even a way to, right now, there's not even a way for humans on the moon to email Earth, let alone have a phone conversation. And you remember him? Remember how, hey, how's it going, Neil? This is the president here. Oh my gosh, it's almost I'm sincerely laughing. It's hilarious. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, Mr. President. Yeah, not even any lag. You know what's really odd, Mr. President? When I call from the States to Dominican Republic, it takes about 11 seconds to be able to hear the person respond to you. This is an incredible phone you have, Mr. President. Thank you very much for having been able to find the area code of the moon, since there's no wires or transportation or nothing here or anything. I mean, that's yeah, that's a hell of a good one. Hell of a good one. I think tonic water with quinine, a bit of lemon, or quinine. Quinine. If really bad, a shot of rum or vodka. Yeah, that'll help for sure. Help heal the cold. As a matter of fact, I feel a little cold coming on. I should go get myself some. Thinking about mustaches. Mustaches in space. That would be really annoying in a helmet, I think. They wouldn't be allowed to have any hair because in reality, people with facial hair will get sick before somebody without facial hair. The same way I learned that in lead, somebody will be more infected working in lead if he smokes cigarettes because his hands always going to his mouth, and if he has a beard, for all the lead to stay stuck in around your mouth, so you can, you know. Why am I talking about that though? Blew up my TV, threw away the papers, moved to the country, built me a home. Yes. John Prime said it decades ago. You're absolutely right about that. That's what everyone should be doing. Get away while you can. That's 100% for sure. It's already 6:35, so I got to go all the way down then. I didn't scroll down all the way. I was supposed to scroll down. Did I just go over yoga with Denise? I think so, yes. Howdy. Happy hump day. That's true. Wednesday. Damn right. Just getting over the hump. The green moon. Oh, it's green. She's green, all right. The moon is just as green, if not greener than Earth. And you can bet your dollar that there's some vegetation up there. Exactly, Stephen A. H3 from Japan never ignited. There was several satellites on there, supposedly. And then poof, they had to destroy the H3 rocket. Hello, Gabber Beast TV. Sorry for jumping over you guys. Who is the devil worshiper? The devil worshiper. If you ask Miss Here, she'll say it's me. I'm sort of honored. So silly. The devil worshiper. I killed the devil. I don't believe in him. Just heard the small plane that had bad turbulences. One person passed away. Has an interesting work background. There we go again. Yoga with Denise. So that means there's some stuff happening. There's like people are being murdered like right under our noses. It's like a game of Clue. You, Luke. Appreciate that, Julie Stats. You don't have to look for any of the links. They're all on the videos, not the streams, but the videos that I make. As always, a way of contributing there. The best is here, exactly like you're doing here, or there's a thank you button also on the videos. You get to Christmas, you say house number is $2, and that really helps on the channel. This is a free channel, and everyone's more than welcome to stop by, but the contributions is really what's keeping the channel up. So I really thank you all for it. Thank you, Bobby Cat. And listen, you guys come back time and time again. Michael, thank you. I wish. Well, we're all chosen for something. That's always what I answer you, I think, eh? But it's true. We're sort of all chosen for something. Thanks, Michael. I've been taking photos and videos of the moon, but there's too much humidity and atmosphere is very hazy. That's like me just the other day, exactly when I went out to film the almost full moon, hours away from the full moon. It took me about 35, 40 minutes, and the humidity is too much. It's not even worth being outside when that happens. You continually have to clean off the lens. There was that thing I was supposed to buy to put at the end of my telescope. It's a hood, sort of a nose, because when you're pointing straight up to the sky, the humidity is falling right down the scope. It sucks. But it's all part of the game, I guess they say. Was Devil in UK, Who's Got Talent, called him Dev. Check it out. It was brilliant. I probably saw that one, but I have to check one. And the Devil in UK. Oh, yeah. The one that sang. The one that had an incredible voice. He was dressed up for the whole thing, whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, I remember that one. If it's that one. Clove oil tooth pain may help you. Julie Parker, thank you so much for our friend I am Kai. Who's now put my own teeth before, not easy. But once pain hits maximum, it cannot hurt any worse. I hear you on it. You know what I found out? I have overlapping teeth roots. My front tooth overlaps two other teeth to the right and goes up into the gums. When they had to pull my only tooth at the back, they were going to fix it and stuff. I said, I am 40 some. I think I was 45 back then, or 44. I said, pull it out. And the tooth, when he showed it to me, guys, with the roots, my teeth are this long. Absolutely crazy. So it looks like a walrus tooth, out of the side. And I remember him pulling out the tooth, saying, he's very, very polite. The guy, he goes, in French, now, Bruce, I'm going to, with this little pad, just place it on your forehead if you don't mind. Take off your hat, take off my hat, just to apply a little bit of pressure on your forehead so I can yank your tooth out. He started shaking. And I'm going, mouth is shaking. It was fine. Then I heard the I don't want to make anybody faint, but anyways, the snapping sound. He goes, oh, and I said, a little piece stayed up. He goes, yeah, I thought so. Had to take the gum apart and go all the way to the back, overlap it to take off the roots there. Don't ask me how a tooth grows like that. It's incredible. I have teeth like ivory. Ebony and Bruce, I'm not sure about believing the things I see on YouTube. I only believe you, brother. That's a fact. Hey, thanks, Evelyn. I appreciate that. But that Australian singer showed over an hour of other singers that are devil worshippers. Ah, okay. If that's what you're talking about. Yes, there are a lot, and a whole bunch of them. You see a lot of signs. They show once in a while. You see them often doing I can't even do it. Doing the triangle, or Jim Carrey's the all mocking tongue. Remember that one? And then he never made a movie after that. Eh? That's how it is. There's lots of the actors. Madonna, right? Lady Gaga. I should say it like like the Billy Joel song. Marvin Brando, Doris Day. Anyways, what else do I have to say? There's a whole bunch of them. They were all Illuminatis. Not Illuminatis, but for the Illuminatis. They're doing satanic rituals on top of it. And now if you look into the rappers, that for whatever the reason, I never understood the lingo of that, but so to be a rapper, you literally have to have gone in jail, I think, and murdered someone. Then you come out to sing about it, and you sing about your rival gangs and you threaten them in your songs. Then you get killed in your home. And then other rappers make songs about that, make money off that. It's all ritualistic, right? Kanye West talked about it, the ritual aspects of Hollywood. Hollywood's a shit show. And you have some people that are MK mind control and stuff. So from what I see, if I was to make a guess, take a guess, I'd be able to quite simply, easily guess that. Sorry, guys. If you want to be a movie star, or if you want to sing and be popular, you'll have to be part of a very special group of elite people. You're going to have to do certain things, which will all be televised. Not televised, actually, you know what I mean, recorded. And if you do anything against that establishment or that satanic cult, they'll get you because they have ammo, meaning they have some video of you participating in these certain rituals. This is straight up truth. A lot of people still today, I'm sure, will say, "No, no, no, it's not true." You know, it's not true that the president, was in the SNB, and it's not true this, and there's, it's very true. Then understanding the story is obviously very hard. People say the Masons do this, the Freemasons do that. People don't understand what the Freemasonry means, but there's more than 33 levels. And then you find that out. Then you find out what the Rothschilds are not actually English whatsoever. Have nothing to do with Scottish people either. It's Queen Elizabeth's mother and father that fell in love with the Scottish design because they had bought an island, which the Scottish people were there, and a Scottish island where they fell in love with the designs and the whole thing. And then at one point, they're Windsors and they're English, but in reality, they're from ancient Romania and German. Those are the two families that revolve around them, the Rothschilds. Invented a name completely, have nothing to do with that. And I remember Charles, who's now king, I remember him gloating about him being a descendant of Vlad the Impaler. I don't know whether there's several names. It could be Bruce the Robert, or Robert the Bruce, I think, or Vlad the Impaler, if they're not the same. Vlad the Impaler, if you want to look up a story, can't even talk about that here, but that's one hell of a story online to see what Vlad the Impaler used to do. He used to impale every one of his enemies and put them up on sticks and sit there, have a little table, come out in the woods, sit down and have his breakfast there, and used to watch the sunrise, see all the silhouettes of the people that were impaled. And anyway, stories, right? But that's who Charles comes from. And you look at Charles, hello, mummy. He doesn't look too badass when you think of it, but hey. Chemtrailing the hell out of my sky. That's another thing. Chemtrails were pretty bad here. And even the other day was so bloody cloudy, and they were still chemtrailing the sky. I'm really worried about them doing that too, the chemtrailing of the sky. Geoengineering and stuff. Imagine it all being real and everybody knows about it, but it's for real. There's just not enough interest in the world. Like, when have you ever seen a chemtrail protest, right? Or like Greta Thunberg that pretends that she doesn't buy products that are in plastic, and she just recently gets caught with her electric Tesla car with a whole bunch of bags of plastic bags and wrapped lunches and bottled water, plastic bottled water or whatnot. So yeah. Thanks everybody for coming by. I went a long time not getting notifications, unsuited and unsubbed and resubbed, and that had worked. Hey, Scott, thank you very much for letting me know that, because that way maybe some people will be able to do the same if they're having problems. Yes, Margaret. Thank you. Love and light, Stephen A. Hey, we have JDR Superstar in the house. Hey, thank you. Hey, I'm happy for that. You got notified. Yes, because people don't always get notified, unfortunately. And my chair's been doing good today. Been staying up. It's been keeping me up. My chair's been keep my ass up today. Jammed in and dragged it alongside of the molar, slowly going deeper. Hearing the crunching and it's, I guess, the idea based on what I guess vice grips would be the best thing. The ideal is to get the whole tooth out and not have it break in half where the root stays inside and where you still have to go to the dentist to get it out. Thank you, Stephen A. Hey, Youngster 78. Thanks for coming back, you guys. Another long time standing friend comes by the channel. Carlos Skywatcher, how's it going, brother? Appreciate that, man. CL's in the house. He had many of them from around the world. He made the whole story very scary, saying it's the New World group. Yep, shows us symbols and signs. That's very interesting. Yeah, I probably even saw part of that video. It rings the bells. Yeah, all the signs are hidden. And that's the ideal, Evelyn. I bet you most of the people here right now know all about the signs. I made a video. There's a church in Salaberry to Valleyfield, a Catholic church with 2 towers on it. And on the roof where the antenna for the radio is and microphone or whatever the hell they're using, I shouldn't say hell, but anyways, it is hell because on the top, it has the Freemason sign right there with the G in the center and the 2 inverted triangles. There's many signs, Evelyn. I'm telling you, even the sign all the way to the handshaking. In reality, you'll see people talk about Masonic handshakes and signals and signs, and those people get trolled and get hacked online. But it's it's a cult where here's the thing. Back in the days, it's a religion, Masons. Both the men and the women were families of Masons, even though the women aren't allowed in the club. There's another word used for them where they're allowed to go to the club, I think, but they're something to do with Masonry. But it was a religion, and for some, the idea was to better themselves. So when you say that a part of the world, and it is being taken over by the elites that are Masonics, Masons, yes, but it's not the same as the people that want to become a Mason that are not destroying the world and that they actually probably just want to really better themselves. That's it's a truth though. Like honestly, you know how somebody turns around and the typically labeling someone that will turn around and say, it's the Jews that are in charge and so yeah, but don't put them all as a whole. It's not because some of the people that are in charge just so happens that they're Jewish. Don't turn around and say that all the Jews are in charge of the world. It's like there's some common sense to that, but people are so stereotypical. We have stereotypes and ideals of how other countries are and how they act, and in reality, none of it's real. None of it's right until you actually visit a country and meet the people for yourself, and you go, "Wow, this is like nothing they ever say in the internet," which probably most people say. Nice. Take out what's left. Tuck, 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 tuck. Thank you, Julie. That's the Patreon channel. If you want to support me on Patreon, that's the link. It's in the cover image on my channel, and again in every video except for the streams. Wayne going to space. End of story. Well, a lot of people think that. A lot of people think that we're not going back. I'm telling you, they're probably going to say that we are going, and they're just not going to go. But they need the funding, so they're going to make a little rocket disappear. And I know this is definitely what they're going to do. Make a little rocket disappear into the horizon, maybe crash into an ocean somewhere. Maybe they'll crash into the moon. But they need the funding. to pretend that they're going out further out into space, as they always say. So your opinion is we ain't going to space. End of story. A lot of people think the same way. Yeah, for sure. I believe that one. I believe that one. Josimane Kuhn, everyone from New Zealand in the house. More friends from New Zealand. Thank you very much. Could be probably free by then. Yep. Yeah, I am Kai. Exactly. Everything around us, the world around us. And you sit back and you think, what did I do wrong? Maybe nothing. Maybe you did nothing wrong. Maybe it just so happens that cookies always crumble in your end. That's how it is. Some people are just all lucky. Some people are not lucky at all. They talk about a frequency being a wave, gravity being a wave. So is our luck. What happens in someone's life, luck like this. Some people it's like this, or some people it's all like this, or some people it's all like that on top. We're like waves, up and down, up and down. All of us together are like the ocean, with all the waves going up and down, different heights and levels, more aggressive areas, soft areas. Compare us to the oceans for sure. Easy. JDR Superstar says, hello, mods. Thanks, you guys, for being here, JDR and everything, man. All you guys, all the help that everybody does coming by the channel, watching the videos, supporting my efforts here. If it wouldn't be for you guys over the years, I'm honestly incredibly honored that I was able to be here for that many years, and that some of the channels, other channels, big channels, were interested in the work. Biodegradable satellite. Yes. What the hell is it made of? Yes, exactly. Exactly. I have no idea. It must be made in some type of plastic. I have no idea. It's as big as a cigarette pack. And they say, Stephen A., it can last in space anywhere from 3 to 8 months. It could be there a year and a half, depending on how lucky you are. But once it gets heavy, apparently it goes down, it crashes, then you got to order another one. $8,000. I looked that up. Biodegradable satellite, and you can have one sent up for your business. I was like, holy shit. It was interesting. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Probably American. I'm pretty sure if you go to the moon, you look at if you look at butts or find cigarette butts up there, cigarette butts, and not alien butts, I'm pretty sure they would be maybe you just see the astronaut. Hey, look, a cigarette butt. Oh yeah, what mark is it? What make is it? Says Camel or Marlboro, something like that. The unexplained part of space is that between Biden years, Grim Ripper. I like that one. Yeah, that's ain't that the truth? From New Zealand. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Stupid tourists here. I get it. New Zealand's not just one island either. Most beautiful place in the world, from what I heard here, ever since I've been young. Remember hearing that back in school. New Zealand, the cleanest air in the world, most magnificent fish, apparently. Dame, bonjour à toi, petit coucou rapide. Demain, boulot au plaisir. Mon lit m'appelle. Hey, Dame, je te remercie vraiment beaucoup. Excuse-moi de t'avoir fait attendre aussi longtemps. Really want to thank everyone for coming in, you guys, each and every one of you, for keeping this channel up. I hope you're looking at the videos, and if you're lost a bit on the channel, in the playlists, you look at the videos where it says all videos of 2022, all videos of 2023, and you'll really get all the best videos that are being posted there. There's some, sun videos and stuff like that. You can look around the infrared videos. There's a lot, so much on that bloody moon. I really hope they talk about it soon. I'm starting to dream about it now. Like maybe it's in a way I feel that it's coming, and a lot of people think it won't come out, the truth. But I think that they're not going to want it to come out. It's going to be leaked out from the inside. It always causes a lot of problems. Look how long they held the Kennedy assassination secretive. And now a lot of information coming out about Marilyn Monroe even having been killed because of her desire to know more about the UFOs. And Kennedy was one that was interested in it himself. We're seeing the JFK Jr. is going to be maybe possibly running for president soon or in politics. He's starting to appear here and there. I don't know, Youngster 78, eh? Well, of course, maybe not. Now that, anyways, I was going to say the UK has been taken over. Basically, the people that are there are not big smokers, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because I mean, here in Canada, having legalized it a couple of years ago, not that long ago, I was surprised. I was really surprised that they did that. But this was the efforts for the government. It's a silly effort for the government to try to break the black market marijuana trade, where, pushers, like it's always been, people get their weed from pushers, but they tried to break that. And I said, it definitely has something to do with the cartel coming in. You see that big ass tunnel that they dug from Mexico all the way into Arizona? It's incredible what they do. They won't need workers and helpers on the moon. It'd be nice to apply for a job there. It'd be something else, Rose. I'll tell you what. Can you imagine how many employees that they are going to hire to actually go to the moon? Here's the thing. People that will be on the moon to work full time will most likely start heading there to live there. I really don't see them coming back. People that are going to be working on Mars are going to live there. Probably won't be coming back, especially that they can't go to Mars whenever they want. It would be way too long. That's why you always hear launch windows when they're doing these launches. No matter where they're going, they always talk about there being a launch window. Why was there recent launches? Well, because the moon's full. The moon's closer to Earth. When the moon's close to Earth and lined up with Earth, they can skip across, leap out of the atmosphere. After going a couple times around Earth, they leap out. Then after that, they can head towards the moon by rising more in altitude. So they say, right? Absolutely, Margaret. It really does. Lizzie, thank you for being here. Healers, we don't need another fix or doctoring, with all due respect. That's right. You need to be left alone. NW here in the house before I get off. It's already 7:00. You guys must already be tired of listening to me. Love it when Family Guy takes piss out of Canadians. Youngster 78, I do too. And he does not take his time. He doesn't go slow on the attacks about Canadians. It's absolutely hilarious. What did he say? Me, it's when Family Guy. Don't ask me why I watch that. I don't watch any television except an episode of Family Guy once in a while. It's the one where you guys have to look it up. They explain to you. Family Guy explains to you all how the nude bars work here. Titty bars, I'll say. It sounds so bad. The nude bars here in Canada, how they work. And they were really, really bad on us. But it was true though, what they said. It really is. They say, really? Anyways, I can't even repeat what they said. They were singing the song, You can even pay and watch them pee. Anyways, it was pretty bad. True, but it was pretty bad. It is, Stephen A. You know it. You're another one that knows it. It's happening, brother. And you got to push third phase of moon to come back. You probably forgot. I know the brother cousins are busy, but I did connect with one of them. I think it was Blake. I'm not sure which one it was. I always mix them up. But if I got on once, it would absolutely explode and come out. So, yeah, we talked about that last stream. I can't this stream. Pierre's wife was involved with the company making the test kits. Another show. Jen, are you effing serious? I'm gonna look that up. I would be pissed if that's true. I am gonna look it up. It's hard to believe, but nothing surprises me. I don't call people liars. I know there's a lot of shit like that going on, unfortunately. But here's the thing. That's like Elon Musk. Lukewarm. They say in the Bible you can't be lukewarm. You're either hot or cold. Someone who's lukewarm is someone will go from, "Oh, hi, kids," to, "I'm going to kill you, kids." It's an up and down. I'm not talking about regular parents. I'm talking about in general, people in general. Pierre Poilievre, what he is working on and what he's saying is a good thing. I was not conservative. I don't vote at all. Not ever going to vote in Canada. I voted once, unfortunately. And in Canada, how it is, there's some people that are elites or leftists that are part of the script, but that tend to, I don't know if it's push away from what the elites are doing. Look at Elon Musk. We're not going to hide it. I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, yay, Elon Musk." I respect that. And we're allowed different opinions. I know. How could we not all have different opinions on Elon Musk? There's nothing wrong with that. There's some things that he's done, I'm sure you all appreciate. There's some things that he does or is in charge of that I'm sure concerns you all. Neuralink is not a good thing. It manipulates brainwaves. I think actually Elon Musk would have inserted the Neuralink chip in his head. I don't know if you guys saw him speaking about his crypto business during the Crew 6 mission. He was not stuttering. Elon Musk talked for 10 minutes and did not pause or stutter. That's not Elon Musk. If you listen to Elon Musk, there's many times he'll go up, and stop and reflect. And it's not because he's dumb. Au contraire. It's because he's probably a bit too smart thinking of stuff. But then you have to wonder, yes, just like a soap opera. Red and Genki, thank you for being here. Scott Mansbridge, I really appreciate the generous contributions, you guys. Thanks for coming by, everybody, to say hello, to listen to. Bruce, I have a question. What is the moon? A big satellite or a spaceship? It's one or the other. But I'll tell you what, I find that the ideal that it could be a spaceship, I believe in a theory. I don't think it's exaggerated. I do believe that the moon was either placed there or appeared there, no matter what the reason, to stop large asteroids from hitting Earth. What if they tried to take out a ginormous asteroid and all those little slivers, which are the size of buses or stadiums, come racing down to Earth? And here you look at Earth, there's no crater marks. There's some, like Hudson Bay River. I get it. Lots of big craters, but not that many compared to the moon. And all the craters on the moon look like they come from hits that are overhead, like a military when it does from a jet or a plane bomber carpet bombing, where the explosions come from exactly over top and the dirt is thrown upwards and goes outwards, as compared to what scientists say themselves, a cone shape on the ground. Asteroids come in sideways. They don't come overhead ever. They come, even debris doesn't come overhead. It goes sideways, comes into the atmosphere, and when it lands, it creates a little V that opens up widely with a big ridge at the end, usually when it pushes all that material, all the dirt aside, and then it leaves a bump in the center. And you know what's real and what's not. It's really hard to know, honestly. Lakeside Laura, and to everyone that I missed your comments, it happens sometimes, but come back again and leave me some more, and I'll wind up saying hello to you sometimes. Clouds breaking up in Ottawa. Sun is trying. Yeah, now sun is dead. Now 7 o'clock. Sun dead. Dead sun. Yep, big party when Trudeau's out. Just like we did here in New Zealand when Adam. Yeah. Listen, Adem or Adern, whatever her name. I call her the teeth, right? Sorry. She was bad. Was booted out. Literally booted out. And I remember her little tears. Because she won't be able to build back better, unfortunately. Yeah, scary stuff. Oops, are we up to M? Tomorrow or after tomorrow, next geostorm, magnetic storm, you watch it. Corona mass ejection going to head to Earth. Minor R1 radio blackout, M136. Prepare to have more internet problems. And it's the sun, Stephen A, has been experiencing radio 2 type 2 radio emissions. That is very rare. The Schumann resonance is high. The negative flux is high. It's very, very scary because leading up to 2025, it's going to get drastic. It's going to be worse. Before I get off here, guys, nice in Arizona. Thanks, H-Nost. So hot in Phoenix. Scott, Marion is burning up. Yeah, I heard it's been a while. I think you guys have been in the heat. Hey, Youngster 78, Arizona's Australia for me. Yeah, I hear you on that. The desert wise for sure, eh? Bruce, love to see super close up with your big telescope. Thanks so much, Scott. Love to see in the show all what's going on there. More videos coming up, Scott, right here, man. I really appreciate you guys for the incredible support here, for everything that you guys are doing extra, the members, the people that come by here to comment. I mean, I love you guys a lot. More videos coming up, Scott. I promise, man. Where the snow today coming from? Margaret. I love my very observant friend Margaret, like many other people here, but Margaret's observant. The snow today coming from the east, usually from the west or southwest. Funny you say that. The snow coming from the east, northeast today here. And as a matter of fact, those of you in Quebec, anyways, for me, and look, that doesn't mean you're in Quebec, but those of you in Quebec or Canada, look on the news, the satellite map where they show the map of all your come on, Bruce, continents. Wake up, man. States. We have provinces, you have states, and not providences. Provinces. Look at the way the wind's blowing. I always see it coming from Texas, Colorado. It comes across all the provinces from the states when it comes downwards. Now it was coming from the north the other day, the day that they said the polar vortex broke up. But I see the change in the clouds. I see the clouds traveling backwards, and like never have I seen them there before going in that way. I'm noticing that. This is real, guys. Whether it be following the core, it fascinates me that when the core flips, as like Stephen A and everyone was saying since 2009, like I mentioned way back about that stopping, it stops and it happens, and then it goes back the other way, then it goes back the other way. But is that what changes the currents and tides? Does it change the way that the winds are going to blow? Anyways, hang tight, everybody, because there's some more bad weather on the way. Dry heat better than humid heat. Oh, stomach gurgling, saying, Bruce, you got to eat something. You're gonna melt away. No, it could be a long time without food in this lonely time. Won't be melting soon. I promise you need to this summer, Willow. Promise you need a spoon, some places to breathe. Okay, yeah, sorry. I wasn't understanding that. Yes, California. XR, pure blood. Love hearing it. In the house, a big howdy to all my fellow galactic brothers and sisters. Thanks a lot, you guys. Scott Marion says, I'm a mechanic. What's wrong with the car? It's broken. I can't tell you. I don't know what's broken. But I can tell you it makes a noise like I have no idea. It's probably in the front wheel. It's when I went off the ramp yesterday. I did go off the ramp. It's regular checkups and stuff. Where I go for the regular checkups, there was so many people there. I wasn't quite simply for a checkup and oil change. I wasn't able to go back because there's too many people. So I have to go this weekend, and I had to call ahead. More and more of the stores around here are doing that. You got to call ahead. Got to call ahead. Can't just come to our store. Got to call ahead. It's like, okay. Oh, sounds good. Ballistic chats are cool. Hey, ladies and gents, everyone, I really want to thank you. And of course, well, I guess I missed a lot of people. Again, didn't even get down to the other people here, and I'm really sorry about that, boy. But I tried. Oh, I tried. I tried. What is the date for the International Drag Day? Don't be a drag man. Drag Day would be Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, and a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. Basically all days. When do we have this straight parade to say I'm straight and I'm walking around? I'm going to go naked, walking around in front of all the plants, little plants. Let them know that I'm straight. I'm going to kiss my girlfriend walking down the street and blah, 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 and French kiss in front of everyone to make people feel really bad. And yeah, sorry, just that's basically what's going on. You said it, Matthew. The hand who rocks the cradle rules the world. Well done. Everybody wants to rule the... I got all this music in my head. Thank you, Darla. Everybody, great big thank you for coming by the channel. What's bull? What's bull? No bull here. No bull here. Thanks for coming by. Maybe even the FBI. I told you guys that were checking me out. You guys have a good evening. I hope to see you in the comment section. Thanks for the comments on the last video. I'm going to go answer those comments too at the same time. The only thing NASA sent in space is your imagination. That's right. I don't have an imagination. Oh, they sent a lot of shit in space, unfortunately. Trust God. Yeah, I trust God, not you. Frédéric Santorelli, merci mon frère. Of course, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Of course they are. That is effing nuts. I dreamt you said that the other day. That's what I love about you, man. Unbreakable. I'm unbreakable. I know it's not that, but Matt and it Bruce with birth dates just makes you think, what the fuck? Yes. You never know, man. We could be from other times and periods. And it would be funny, eh? How they bring us back and now we're all like, duh, compared to what we used to be in other lives. It's like, I don't know, you know. Hey, why am I talking like Bart Simpson's father? Guys, I think I'm losing it. I gotta get off here now. Miss Julie Stats patiently waits an hour and 20 minutes for me to thank her. International Women's Day. Candy bars. Name her she. Yes, exactly. Women's Day are only for the she's. The she-hers. The Hershey's. I love it. Hershey bar. It's a bar that trans people do not enjoy eating. I'm just being an ass. Mr. Peter Benton, thank you very much. Bruce, that's a lot of Bruce on Friday. 2 streams and Jean-Claude. Hey, man, tell me about it. What time you on with Jean-Claude, man? I'm on at 3. Around 3 with him, I think. So that means the minute I finish 2 hours of stream on Friday, bloop, I'm going to go over for an hour with JC, come back, grab supper, then bloop, back 2 hours stream on this side. And Courtnall behind the net, coming around the blue line, the red line, because I don't know which hockey and which lines are where. I'm Canadian. Not all Canadians know about hockey. But I have family members that played in the NHL. How cool is that? Did you all know that? I have a family member that played for the Canadiens. Montreal Canadiens. Played for the Canadiens before they were Canadians, when they were the Maroons back in the days. But that'll be a time for another time for a story. Yep, flying cars and they can't control the satellites. I think I'll stay on the ground. Same with you. Yep, another corporation, Christy. Lord for women, you are amazingly awesome. Absolutely. I'll leave off on a good note. Et Frédéric Santorelli, merci mon frère d'être ici. Again, Mr. Peter Benton, I thank you very much for the incredible support. If you're with Kelly this evening, please wish her a very fine evening. And for those of you that I missed and didn't get a chance to say hello, forgive me for that. I love you all so much. Thanks for supporting this channel. Please be watching the streams. Come back soon. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. See y'all on the flip side. Maybe a podcast coming up soon. Bye.